So we are looking at two things in chapter 3. We're looking at systems of equations the whole time, but we're looking at solving systems graphically, which is what we're doing today, and then we're going to look at some other ways to solve systems graphically later. And then also solving systems algebraically, which we won't be doing today. We're just going to be doing them by graphing them. So when you have a system of equations, it just means that you have multiple equations. Okay, so we're going to graph these two lines on the same graph, and the solution is just where they cross. Okay, the coordinate that they share together. So it's important that you graph it well so that you have the lines crossing in exactly the spot that they're supposed to. So what would be a good thing to do with our equations over here to make them easier to graph? Yeah, let's get them to y equals mx plus b, the slope-intercept form, okay, which means you're just getting y by itself. Okay, so we're going to divide on this one. So now that one is in slope-intercept form. Okay, this one's going to take a couple of steps. Question? We'll move the 8x over. Divide by -2. We good? All right, so now when we do this, in order to make sure that they are precise, what we're going to do is just repeat that slope over and over again so we have multiple dots to connect. Okay, so looking at this first one right here, I'll do this one in green. We're going to start where? Where's our first dot going to go? What direction? Up, down, left, or right? Down 6. Okay, so our first dot is here, and where are we going from there? Down 3, right 4. Okay, now we have to repeat this both ways, so I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go up 3, left 4 over here and repeat that. Okay, now we have multiple points of reference to get that line there. That's our first line. Okay, we'll do the next one. By the way, this is the first homework problem on your assignment, so you don't have to do this one when you get to it. We've got 4x plus 8, so that means we start up 8. And our slope rise over run is what? Up 4 over 1. So remember, this is over 1. But we don't have the graph over there, and we know it's not going to intersect over there, so we don't need to go that way. So what's the same thing if we go in the opposite direction? Down 4 and left 1. Okay, so we're going to repeat that. Down 4, left 1. Down 4, left 1. Okay, so we connect these together. What's our solution? It's just the coordinate right here. -3, -4. So that's solving a system by graphing. You just graph your two lines, figure out where they intersect. Questions on that? Hey, and the last thing, which we're not going to write anything on the last slide, it's just vocab. So on the test and also on the homework, You're going to be asked to graph lines and then tell me which category it falls into. There's three categories. There's consistent and independent, which is like the example we just did where there's one solution, okay, where they intersect each other. Consistent and dependent, which means the lines are exactly the same line, one on top of the other. And then inconsistent would be if there's no solution. Okay, the lines are parallel. So that's the second half of the assignment. They're asking you to just graph the two lines and then say which category it falls into.